Hello, I'm Barbara Dancer and I'm a yoga teacher and a yoga therapist. And I've been working with a group called Long COVID Care, which is a group of people that have got long COVID, and we've been using support group meetings, peer support group meetings and yoga practices to look at and support health. So I'd like to share with you how yoga therapy works with long COVID and also the practices that we've found helpful. I'll be looking at some of the models and ideas that we've used in other videos, but today in this video what we'll do is look at a practice. So we're going to use a lying practice which is about releasing tension. If you'd like to join me, then find a mat space or space on your floor or maybe your bed to lie down, and we'll be using some movement and some breathing together. So when you're lying down, do make sure that you're going to be comfortable. I'm putting a cushion underneath my head, and you could have some blocks underneath your knees, but for today I'm just bending my legs, and also I've got some blocks handy. These are yoga blocks, but you could use something like a big cushion or a rolled up towel or something similar. So I'll just put those to one side and we'll lie down. You might want to have your knees bent here. Allow your back to settle onto the floor. Feel the connection underneath the shoulders. Feel the connection underneath the back of the pelvis. See if you can decrease the space between your back and the floor. As we go through this practice, I'll be talking about using movement in time with your breathing, and it's important to remember that the movement is in time with the breathing rather than the breathing in time with the movement. Use that if that feels okay for you, but if it doesn't, then concentrate on the movement. So I'm going to start with hands resting onto the body and elbows out towards the sides, and let the elbows rest down onto the floor, or if you're on your bed, then on your bed. And taking a breath in, then take the right arm out towards the right side and let it rest. We're going to keep it there as we breathe out and breathe in. And then bring the hand back onto the body as you breathe out. And change arms, so as you take a breath in, take the left hand out to the left side, let it rest there. As you breathe out and then in, and bring the hand back to rest onto the body. So let's use both arms together. Take a breath in to take both arms out towards the sides. Stay there for one breath, breathing out and breathing in. And then bring the hands back to the body as you breathe out. We're going to repeat that again. So when you're ready, take a breath in, take the right arm out to the right side. Rest the arm onto the floor for one breath. Bring it back to the body as you breathe out. And then to the left side, take the left arm out to the floor, taking one breath. And bring the hand back to rest onto the body. And then both arms going out towards the sides, taking one breath. And then bring the hands back to rest onto the body again. Good. Okay, so keep hands resting there or wherever is comfortable. And we'll use some movement with the head and neck. So we're going to turn the head towards each side. Link this with your breathing if that feels suitable for you. Take a breath in with the head at the centre. Take a breath out as you turn the head to the side. Take a breath in to bring the head back to the centre. And breathe out as you turn the head to the opposite side. Take a breath in to bring the head back to the centre again. And we're going back to the first side. Move as you breathe out. Back to the centre as you inhale. And to the opposite side as you exhale. And come back to the centre again. We'll use that movement one more time to each side. Roll the head as far as is comfortable, breathing out. Back to the centre, breath in. And to the other side, breathing out. And back to the centre, breath in. So we'll bring arms down towards the sides. We're going to use another movement for the arms. And this one really depends on how your shoulders are feeling, because our shoulders all move in different ways, and some of us will have arms more out to the sides and some of us will have arms more overhead. When you're ready, take a breath in and take the right arm upwards and over, but allow the arm to rest onto the floor. We're keeping it there as we take a breath, breathing out and in. Now bring the arm back down to the side as you breathe out. Changing sides, so a breath in to take the left arm over. Keep it there as you take a breath out and in. And bring the left arm back down to the side. And then we're using both arms together. Take a breath in to take both arms overhead. Let them rest onto the floor. This is a bit more challenging with both together. Stay as you breathe out and in. And bring arms back down to the sides. We're going to repeat that again. So a breath in to take the right arm over. Let the arm rest onto the floor. So the arm could be more out to the side. Bring the arm back as you breathe out. Change to the left arm, taking that arm over with a breath in. And rest it there as you exhale and inhale. Bring the arm back as you breathe out, and then both arms together again, staying for one breath with the arms resting. And bring the arms back down to the sides as you breathe out. Now we'll move on to some movement with the legs. So we're going to bring the right knee into the body to begin with and hold onto the right leg, perhaps around the knee or around the shin or around the back of the thigh. So holding the right leg in towards you, and see if that's okay for that hip. We'll slide the left foot away. And you might want to extend the left heel slightly away as well. And when you arrive here, then we're going to stay and take 2 steady breaths. So I'd like to mention here that it's a good idea to breathe through your nose and keep your breathing as steady as it's possible to do that. again, we'll bend the left leg, foot to the floor, take the right foot down, bring the left knee in towards you, hold on where that's comfortable, slide the right foot away. Again, you might want to extend the right heel away. And we're taking 2 breaths here. And then after that, bend the right knee, foot to the floor, and take the left foot down. We're going to repeat that movement again. So bring the right knee in towards you. We're holding onto the leg. Slide the left foot away. Maybe extend the heel away. We're staying to take 2 breaths. And this has an effect of lengthening through the left hip and mobilizing or moving into the right hip, lengthening through the back of the right leg. So after those 2 breaths then, take the left foot to the floor, take the right foot down, change the legs over again, left knee coming in, slide the right foot away, extend the heel away, take 2 breaths. And then after that, bending the right leg, foot to the floor, and take the left foot down. And let the feet find what's comfortable, maybe a little space between them as we take the arms out towards each side. So decide here whether when the arms are out towards the sides, you want the palms upwards or downwards. You might notice that one feels a little bit more comfortable than the other. See what feels right for your shoulders. So we're using a lying twist, and you can use this movement to whatever place feels best for you. Some of us will find that we want to do a small rotation, a small twist, and others may find that they want to do a bigger movement. The legs are going to roll over to each side, so we're going to move the legs as we breathe out and let them roll as far as feels comfortable for them. And back to the centre as you inhale, and then move the legs to the opposite side. Use a breath out and let the legs roll as far as is comfortable for you. And back to the centre. Let's repeat that again. So you might find that you want to go just a small distance, and maybe that feels okay, maybe that feels best. Back to the centre as you breathe in, and to the opposite side again. Choose what sort of distance your legs want to travel. And back to the centre as you breathe in. Let's repeat that one more time. So legs going to the side as we breathe out. Back to the centre, breathing in, and opposite side. And come back to the centre with the breath in. Okay, so pause here, because what we'll now do is work with the lying twist and stay to take a little rest time in the posture at the same time as resting. We're lengthening out diagonally through the body. And this is where it's helpful to have your yoga blocks or perhaps a cushion or something else. So I'm going to put these just sort of about hip level or slightly below hip level, and it helps to have a reasonable number, so that as I move my legs to the side, I can rest them onto the blocks. And that's more comfortable and allows me to relax better than having the legs sort of hanging in midair. So it's good to have that support to the side. Again, notice if you want to have palms upwards or palms downwards. And there's an option here to turn the head in the opposite direction. So now we're going to stay and take 2 or 3 breaths. See what feels okay. 3 breaths is nice if it feels comfortable. Head can be to the side or facing upwards. Keeping your breathing steady. And then after those breaths, bring the head and then the legs back to the centre. And because we're repeating on the other side, I'm going to move the blocks to the other side in line with hips. Roll the legs as you take a breath out. And if you want to turn the head to the opposite side, then do. It is nice to close the eyes here. You could keep them open, but if it feels comfortable to close the eyes, then do. Taking 3 breaths, 2 or 3 breaths. Again, keeping your breath steady. And then bringing head, followed by legs, back to the centre. And bring the arms down towards your sides. Okay, so we're going to do a stretch out through the whole body. And for this, I think a good way for us to work with this is to link the hands together. And to take the arms overhead, but have the elbows bent. So you could be resting hands just onto your cushion or your pillow. Slide both feet away. And then you can extend out towards the heels. And with the arms, you can leave them there, or you might want to push the hands away from you. So we're thinking about extending out through the whole body. Get a sense of that length. And then relax the arms. Bend the knees, place the feet onto the floor and bring the arms back down to the sides. Okay, so we're going to bring knees in towards the chest next and rest each hand onto each knee with the fingers pointing down towards the feet, because we're going to allow the legs to rock to and fro, and it gives us a little bit more space if we've got the hands resting over the kneecaps. So as you take a breath in, allow the knees to move away from you to the length of your arms, straightened out. And as you breathe out, bending the elbows and the knees come in towards you. And this is not a very big distance. So a breath in, let the hands guide the knees away. A breath out, let the hands guide the knees in towards you. Take a breath in, extend the hands away. A breath out, hands in towards you. And repeat that movement at the speed of your breath, so keep it slow. And you might notice how the lower part of the back lengthens as the knees come in towards you. And how the legs come close to the abdomen or meet the abdomen, and that's helpful for relaxing the stomach muscles, the abdomen muscles. Now is also a good time to close your eyes and focus on this slow, steady movement and slow, steady breathing. Use
2 more movements or 2 more breaths. And then let the feet return back to the floor. Position the arms somewhere comfortable. Notice how your body feels. Notice how your breathing feels, or how your internal landscape feels. So you could stay here and take some rest. Maybe close your eyes and give yourself a few minutes of rest time. Or if you're ready to continue with the rest of your day, then now roll onto one side and return back to a sitting position. That was our practice where we focused on releasing tension and using some lengthening of parts of the body and coordinating that with our breathing. So follow the other videos to see what happens when we think more about breathing, because we've got some practices where we're going to focus more on our breathing. But I hope you enjoyed that practice today.